How does a remote, pristine, tropical island out in the Andaman Sea suddenly become the focal point of a multi-billion-dollar move on the global maritime chessboard? Well, today we're looking at Great Nicobar Island. It's an ecological haven that is suddenly undergoing an incredibly ambitious, and let's be honest, quite controversial, strategic transformation. Let's dive right into this explainer. So, why this island? Why now? The answer really comes down to a pretty startling vulnerability. Right now, a staggering 75% of India's transshipped cargo is actually handled by foreign ports. We're talking places like Colombo in Sri Lanka, Singapore, and Port Klang in Malaysia. If you think about it, that is a massive amount of revenue and logistical control sitting completely outside of the country's borders. And honestly, that is exactly what this new mega project aims to disrupt. Section 1. The Global Maritime Chessboard Strategic Power Play. To reclaim all that economic power, India has launched an absolutely unprecedented master plan. And the most crucial point here is the geography. If you look at where it's situated, Great Nicobar Island is sitting just 40 nautical miles from the vital Malacca Strait shipping lane. It is perfectly placed to intercept massive amounts of global trade. The Malacca Strait is literally one of the world's busiest sea lanes. Placing a megaport right here gives immediate access to the east-west international shipping route, completely bypassing the need to detour to other foreign hubs. It's a real game changer. To make this whole thing a reality, the government is pouring an estimated 81,000 to 92,000 crore rupees into this massive multi-component development plan. That is a staggering amount of capital. And this isn't just about building a single dock. It's a holistic, big-picture vision meant to completely reshape the island's economic and strategic capacity over the coming decades. Section 2. Galathea Bay Transshipment Port, the heavy lifting anchor. The ambition here is just massive. Boasting a natural water draft of over 20 meters, this port is engineered to handle a staggering 16 million TEUs of cargo annually once it's fully completed. And, in case you're wondering, a TEU is a 20-foot equivalent unit. Basically, those standard shipping containers you see on trucks and trains. That natural 20-meter depth is incredibly important because it allows the really large mainline vessels to dock directly, which is the exact feature you need to compete with established mega hubs. Phase 1 alone is aiming to handle 4 million TEUs by 2028. Section 3. Sky and Sea Integration. Seamless Connectivity. But as you probably know, winning the maritime game requires more than just ships. It requires seamless, rapid connectivity, which is why the master plan integrates sea logistics with massive new aviation infrastructure. The center recently approved 13,000 crore rupees for a brand new, dual-use Greenfield International Airport over at Campbell Bay. Now, when we say dual use, that means it will serve both civilian, commercial needs and the Indian Navy, while remaining under naval operational control. It's specifically designed to handle 4,000 peak-hour passengers, essentially transforming the island into a major transit hub right near international tourist destinations. When you piece all of this together, the sheer scale of the vision is wild. Seriously. You have the 16 million TEU Galathea Bay port, the Campbell Bay Airport, a 450 MVA gas and solar power plant just to keep the grid running, and incredibly, a new mega township with a projected population of 350,000 people. And connecting all of this, an automated mass transit rail and an elevated coastal expressway built to shuttle cargo from ship to plane in a matter of minutes. The whole shebang is designed for total integration. Now, obviously, this isn't happening overnight. We're looking at a 30-year master plan. Phase 1, running up to 2035, focuses on the basic infrastructure, initial port capacity, and that dual-use airport. Phase 2 pushes into commercialization and tourism. And finally, Phase 3 envisions a Singapore-style global financial and smart city hub by 2047. They are quite literally aiming to transform this island from a remote outpost with just 8,000 current residents into a high-density, global digital and financial hub. Section 4. The Sabang Port Alliance. Geopolitical strategy. Beyond Great Nicobar itself, India is securing the wider oceanic choke points through international collaboration. By jointly planning the development of the Sabang port in Indonesia, which is just 190 kilometers away, India establishes a powerful dual anchor strategy. While some critics out there note that Sabang could technically compete for the exact same maritime traffic, strategically speaking, securing both nodes firmly anchors a geopolitical presence in the Indian Ocean to counter foreign powers. It's a classic chess move. Section 5. The Ecological and Seismic Stakes. Environmental Realities. However, this grand strategic masterstroke brings us face to face with some profound environmental realities. The infrastructure requires the diversion of over 130 square kilometers of pristine forest land. That includes the estimated felling of up to 964,000 trees. It involves the translocation of critical coral colonies and significantly altering the nesting habitats of critically endangered giant leatherback turtles. Furthermore, independent experts have pointed out that the development is situated in a zone of permanent tectonic strain, which poses very real geological risks to the infrastructure itself. So you have over 70 experts who have fiercely opposed the ecological cost of all this. But on the flip side, the National Green Tribunal, which is India's specialized body for environmental matters, officially cleared the project. Their reasoning? They cited that it holds great significance for defense and paramount national security. For their part, the government maintains that indigenous tribal rights will be protected, more than half the area will remain green cover, and mitigation efforts like compensatory afforestation being planned all the way over in Haryana are actively being deployed. So as the groundbreaking for Phase 1 rapidly approaches in 2028, we are left with a massive, almost philosophical question. Does securing a global maritime victory justify the permanent ecological transformation of a pristine biosphere? We've explored the incredible strategic positioning, the massive logistical hubs, and the profound environmental costs detailed in our sources today. How do you weigh this unmatched geopolitical victory against the permanent alteration of one of the world's most unique ecological reserves? It's a complex, incredibly delicate balance of power, economics, and nature.